Rashee Rice in Kansas City. Kansas City has two things going right now, Smitty. Rashee Rice, it was the leasee of the Lamborghini that was in question, along with his personal Corvette. Mo, you know damn well I've never smoked no black and mild in my motherfucking life. Mo, you know damn well I never fucking even went near a black and mild or weed. That was Damon. Damon loved black and mild, boy. Rest in peace. Best running back I've ever known or seen in my life. All right, real quick, Smitty. They got Rashee Rice going on. By the way, it's a felony, I believe, to let another person drive a leased car that isn't owned by you in the state of Texas. I got to look at that. That's something was being told to me earlier. I got to see if that's real. With that going on, the sudden, house arrest of Andy Reid's son, and now we have a tax vote on the stadium for the Kansas City Royals and the Kansas City Chiefs. That was denied ultimately by the neighborhood. People on Twitter casually have said, "Oh, the Chiefs are now going to leave Kansas City." That's not what it's really going to. It's not anything close to that. That city's not letting them fucking leave. But there was a tax vote on the Chiefs stadium. These owners, Smitty, corporate America, this is what happens. You want. You don't want to give, but yet you bitch and moan when the product gets bitched about. The product, when we turn Pro Bowl into flag football, the real fan that wants to paint their face bitches and moans. You can't do that and be that person at the end of the day if the product is only going after corporate America. You don't care about the casual fan, but yet you want them to vote down on a tax. So you don't want them to. And it wasn't even close from what I understand. A 58-42 vote. Shaun Waffle lives right there. Bailey, do you have the document by chance? Let me see. Chiefs aren't moving nowhere. Like, first of all, they've been in the franchise there since the AFL days. They're not moving. It's right. Like, come on. If the Chiefs were to leave Kansas City, it would be one of the most. That would be the biggest sports shocking news in the history of professional sports. Yeah, it would be. That's way bigger than Minnesota leaving and going to LA as the Lakers. It's way bigger than the Clippers that none of you even knew were in San Diego. It's way bigger than fucking Seattle Supersonics becoming the OKC Thunder. It's way bigger than, I can go on and on and on and on. Baltimore moving to Cleveland, back to Baltimore, changing franchises. It's much bigger. This is different too, because like they're actually winning right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're relevant. They're winning. They got Mahomes. They got, you know what I'm saying? Like so it's just kind of like, nah, that would be wild. Now I have a buddy that's an administrator at Kansas State, and they're on a board of trustees with the Chiefs on the board, and there is a proposal that is going to come in that would offer the chance to move Kansas City to the Kansas side of things. So I don't know if you know how it works, Smitty. There's KCK, which a lot of people, Kansas City, Kansas, and then there's KC Mo. It's basically separated at the airport, and there's one side which is in this Kansas state line, and then you go past the line and you're in Kansas City, Missouri. And then you got Independence, Missouri, and then Independence, Kansas, 2.5 hours south where I was at is not Independence, Missouri. Independence, Missouri actually has Usos, Polynesians in that population, which is right outside Kansas City. You got Wyandotte County, which is kind of a hood area. People, there's a lot of areas. Then you got some of the richest areas in all the country. In Kansas, on the Kansas side. So there's I still don't even see that happening. But for instance, they did that. They moved them to the Kansas side. It's an interesting topic. I just don't know if it's going to happen. Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, dang, like my initial
I guess emotion was like, dang, is this really about to happen? They're gonna like leave Kansas. But then I thought about it. I was reading some comments, so I was like, yeah, there's no way they're letting this happen. So I mean, I gotta see it to believe it. But it is an interesting storyline. The fact that the fact of the matter is right now it is a possibility that it could happen. So the fact that they're even in that position is kind of insane. But I really don't believe it. So
yeah, I don't. I just there's too many interventions that'll happen between now and then.